broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, this webinar is going to be for those that are participating in the Sprint Triathlon, Powerlifting, and Equestrian events at the State Summer Games. The webinar is going to help you walk through registration and hopefully answer any questions that you're going to have. The goal of registration is to determine what events, athletes, partners, coaches, and local program volunteers are participating in. During this phase, users must enter specific event information. This means that the event, level, and qualifying score and team need to be entered. You will also record the number of meals and any housing that you may need. And again, this is for powerlifting, equestrian, and the sprint triathlon. And I'll go through each of those three events and show you what is required for that phase of registration. So we're going to log into Agon. We're going to click on registration, head down to State Summer Games, registrations. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to double check and make sure that everyone is on your roster. So everyone from intent that you guys added in before it closed should be here. To edit what events each athlete's going to do, you're going to select the person that you want. We'll go to Charlie because Charlie is doing the sprint triathlon. So we're going to add a new event even though it says it's still there. Sprint triathlon. Actually, the first thing that you're going to want to do is add team because the sprint triathlon is a unified event. And you can type in any name you want here. It could be Concord 1, or it could be the last name of the athlete and partner. Hit save. So now you should be ready. So if you go to add, sprint triathlon, unified sprint triathlon, team, and they'll put in the score from practice that they recorded. And then before you hit save, you're going to delete that blank entry of the sprint triathlon so it doesn't come up twice. It'll save, and you'll hit save again. So that's for the sprint triathlon. You'll do the same thing on the other end. So the partner, go to edit, add new event, sprint triathlon. The team, you don't have to create again because you already had to create it once. And the same score that they practiced will go right there. Delete that blank entry and click save when you're done. Now for powerlifting and equestrian, it's a little different. I'm going to just use an athlete in the screen even though they're not doing equestrian or powerlifting here. But it's the same concept, so you'll select equestrian. It'll prompt you to click in an event. Same goes for the level. And you'll put the horse's name here. And then you're going to delete that blank entry that shows above. If there's no blank entry there, go ahead and hit save and you'll be all set. I'm not going to save it here though. Same goes for powerlifting. You're going to go to powerlifting, select the events that they want to do. You won't be prompted to select a level or team, but you will be required to put the weight here in the score box here. And you'll click save or delete that blank entry above. So for local program volunteers, make sure that you have a head coach for each sport. So if you have athletics and bocce or powerlifting or equestrian, you want a head coach for each of those sports. Make sure that everyone is here. If there's anyone that needs to be added, please let me know. Moving on to meals. If you want a meal on a certain day, of course you can enter the amount of meals here. Let's say you want lunch on Friday. You'll select that, put the amount of meals you need. If you need any specific foods like gluten-free, dairy-free, or veggie options, they are available. If you don't need any food, please put 0 and say no meals needed. This is going to help me in the long run, and I don't have to chase you down to make sure that you guys don't need meals, or if you forgot to add them, I know that you are aware that you did the meals. That is pretty self-explanatory for meals. It is $3 for an additional meal request. So if you have 10 athletes registered in Agon and you order 13, those 3 meals will be assessed for $3 more for those 3 meals. So now onto the housing. If you don't need housing, could you just shoot me an email letting me know that you don't need it? That way, again, I'm not chasing you down and making sure that you forgot to do it or whatever. So you're going to click on rooming list, and you'll select anybody in the drop-down menu that is in Agon registered for the State Summer Games is listed right here. So you can select whoever. You have 6 beds per unit. You won't be assessed for any empty beds, but you will be assessed for $32 per bed per night. So once you've selected all your rooms, if you need to add more rooms, of course, click add rooms. They'll have more that pops up here. Once you're done, you're going to hit save. I think that covers everything for the registration phase. If you could email me one primary contact for your local program in case of an emergency or anything needs to be relayed to your team, you just want one person for an easy text or call, that would be great. Please email me that. This phase is going to close on May 14th, so once this closes, you're not going to have the ability to change anything, and that goes for meals and housing. So please make sure you get this done before May 14th. The sooner the registration is complete, the sooner we can finalize everything, double check all the events, and get you the information that you need. And then once again, I want to thank you guys all so much for all your help. Just let me know if you have any questions, or if I missed anything, shoot me an email or give me a call. I would be happy to walk through the registration again with you guys. Thanks so much.